entire focus within the Southern Protectorate of our country is here. Yet it might be private, but we have a larger connection to our people. We have a larger and a wider. For, once again, our meeting that we do on a regular basis across the 17 states of southern Nigeria. We have our council, Southern Nigerian Traditional Rulers Council, trying to come together to foster peace, to foster unity and progress for our dear nation. On behalf of all of us and my co-chair, Dr. Cletus Lumaya Obinugu, we want to thank you so very much for what you have done today. Thank you very much for this. I think His Excellency deserves a better round of applause for this. I was whispering to you when you sat down, you said you would have loved to do it better than this for us, since it's our initiative and our move to just come together in River State. But what you have actually done is more important, your time, because we were told that you came all the way from a very far distance just to honor the entire traditional rulers of the southern Nigeria for today. Thank you for that once again. I will proceed with the established protocol, but before I proceed, we need to give honor to whom honor is due. The chairman of River State Traditional Rulers Council, our host's traditional ruler. We need to thank you for your time. His Majesty Eze Chike Amadi. Thank you very much. Because without you, if you didn't consent to this our gathering, there is no way we will be here. Also, give honor to whom honor is due, our national coordinator, the governor of Imo State, Senator Hope Uzodimma, who has been very instrumental to us coming together all the time, because when we talk about Nigeria, Southern Nigerian Traditional Rulers Council has a very good mirror of our their country. As you see us all seated here, we have over 400 ethnic dialects. Diversity that is amongst us is our greatest strength. This is Nigeria. We portray Nigeria and what we stand for as a country. Our diversity is our great strength, and that has been our mantra and what we focus on. We want to thank him. He's not here, but he sends his goodwill and his positive credence to what we're doing here. This is about our thoughts. We had our first and maiden meeting in Imo State. We went all the way to Ogun State. We had another smaller meeting in Lagos State. And now we're here. We're having our meeting again in River State. What we come together to do majorly is to talk about what binds us together as a country. And if you look at all of us here, when you sat down, I will refer to what you said. You said, oh, you thought it's like something very private within us, we traditional rulers. No, it is a big deal. Nigeria is bigger than all of us, but our culture, our tradition, and our heritage supersedes everything. This is the bedrock of who we are as a nation. This is the foundation of our their country, and so it stands to perpetuity. We have so many positivities and things we can bring to the table. When we gathered here this morning, you noticed that two of our traditional rulers, one is a profound pastor and the other one is an imam, and yet they wear double crown as a pastor and also leaders in the faith world. Also, these are things we bring to the table. We have judges in our midst. We have generals in our midst. We have senators, House of Rep members in our midst. We have governors in our midst. We have so many professionals in our midst. We have the best mix of what we can offer to our country as a group, as traditional rulers and leaders of our their country. On this note, I will single out one of our traditional rulers who that we're so fortunate that is in our midst. I will use him as a point of contact to specially greet you, Your Excellency. He was a governor before you. He was a senator way before all of us. In fact, maybe when he was a senator, I was just doing my youth service, and I'm very sure about you, Your Excellency, too. Maybe when he was a senator and governor, maybe you too, you were just trying to beg to apply to River State government for work. On a lighter note, we're using Olubadan of Ibadan, who is in our midst, as a point of contact to actually show that appreciation to you, and also he's been first in so many things, and also in our midst. He has so much to offer. He has so much wealth of experience for us to come together as a traditional institution. On this note, on behalf of all of us, we want to thank you. And why we're here is basically to talk about matters of unity, matters of peace and peaceful cohesion and development and cooperation across southern Nigeria, and also to identify with the central government. We know and we're very fortunate that our current president, the father of the nation, who is also a subject and a product of southern Nigeria, who is representing all of us, because Nigeria is bigger than all of us. He is the father of the nation. He is at the helm of affairs. We need to continue to support the government in power. We need to continue to see where they probably need some of our support in terms of things that they can do better in area of bringing our subjects together, in area of security and peaceful cohesion in our their country. We're here to further talk about topical issues that are bothering our country, because we cannot fold our arms, because like I said earlier on, the diversity in southern Nigeria is yet very complicated, but that is the strength of all of us. A lot of people in the country, the larger country, believe we can't come together. It's a very optional. It is not a compulsory gathering, but it is very optional. One by one, we brought ourselves together, and we have so much positivity and so much advantage to actually support and complement you, our political leaders. It is very important that when we work together, the country will be a better place. Southern Nigeria will be a better place, and that's why we're here. We're very connected to the good, the bad, and the ugly of our subjects. Before we, traditional rulers, can actually take any move, our subjects within our various kingdoms, they have free access to our palaces. That is the convergence point in our communities, and it is very important for us to know that we need to work in tandem with our political leaders. Distinguished ladies and gentlemen, I want to thank once again the governor and all the good people of River State government. I've met all of you, and I want to thank you for everything you've been doing thus far. Thank you for this opportunity, because the entire focus within the Southern Protectorate of our country is here. Yet it might be private, but we have a larger connection to our people. We have a larger and a wider audience to see through to things that concerns our people. And also, it is very important for us. We can't leave our political leaders alone to do things by themselves alone. We need to guide them and guard them properly, and also see how to complement their effort, especially what is currently going on in their country. We cannot fold our arms and sit just like that in our royal palaces and not stand up to say how to support with our voice, to support and complement the effort of the central government. And that's why we're here to deliberate and discuss on so many national issues. Distinguished ladies and gentlemen, we're here to further align and support the positive side of our country, we will continue to look at the country as cup half full, and we will not look at the country as cup half empty. We cannot say we will bring the country down on our head. We need to continue to foster peace. We need to continue to foster unity. We need to continue to foster positivity, especially for our teaming youth. We need to work together with all of you to make sure that Nigeria is a better place. On this note, we want to wish our their president, the father of the nation, that we are with you in spirit and we're praying for you for the betterment of our their country. We see what you're doing. We see all your effort. On behalf of the Southern Traditional Rulers Council of this country, you are not alone. Whatever you're doing, we're with you. Whatever that is lacking behind, we will call your attention to it. Whatever that needs some other support from all and sundry, especially our youth, we are there for you. Use us. We are there to complement your effort. We are there to support everything you do. May God bless you, and may God bless the Federal Republic of Nigeria. Thank you very much, and we'll have a peaceful day.
Here, I'll be very happy if anybody can raise up their hand and say, I can go to my area of constituency, my local government, and I can stay there in peace for 1 week. Who can do it here? Including our gatekeepers. The nation belongs to all of us. We're here talking. The organizer, Honorable Speaker, spoke first, welcomed all of us, followed by the Senate President. We all know their positions in this country. Senate President is, by virtue of counting this country, is the number 3 man in this country. The Speaker, too, the number 4 man in this country. His Eminence spoke as well. And you can see the trajectory of everything that they are saying the same thing. The gatekeepers of their nation are here, the service chiefs. And if you look at this all, on the average, the age of each and every one of us here is between the bracket of 50 and about 60, early 60s. And anybody can challenge me if I'm wrong. Their country that has brought all of us together here, the youngest serving governor is only 46 years old. And we all know the demography of this country. The demography of this country is above 50, all the way to age of dependency, is less than 30%. But between the age of 18 to under 40, we have them in numbers of more than 70%. And we're talking about security here. Who are the active participants whenever we have breakdown of law and order? It is the average age of 18 to 39. And that's the truth. Are they ghosts? Are they invisible? The answer is no. They are human beings. Even our laws, our constitution, they will say at some point, very active civil servants should live on the average of 60 years old. Because they know why. Because they are getting tired. Maybe the judiciary extends till 70 years old. Some 65. They won't say 35 or 30 years, whichever comes earlier. We all know all these laws. But every time we're talking the talk, we're talking the talk. Number 2 man, number 3 man, number 4 man, they are all saying the same thing the way His Eminence said it. And the participants are not faceless. They are not ghosts. It is very idiotic and stupidity for us to be doing the same thing over and over and over again and expect a different result. We will continue to get the same results. Let's be very truthful and honest to ourselves in this country. We all know the problems. How well are we carrying along these people in that age bracket who are representing that age bracket in this hall? The answer is no. We are not engaging them at all. But whenever we want to go for political posts, appointments, we go back to them. We know the good, we know the bad, and the ugly in their category. As traditional rulers, they are the most active in our system. Let us tell ourselves the truth. They are hungry and they are angry. I repeat, they are hungry and they are very angry. All of us that are here, I'll be very happy if anybody can raise up their hand and say, I can go to my area of constituents, my local governments, and I can stay there in peace for 1 week. Who can do it here? Including our gatekeepers. Who can do it here? Including the Senate President, including the Speaker. But you left the traditional rulers. You left district heads, the Baales, to continue to stay there. And you are saying all will be well in this country. We are the ones facing these youths. We know their problems. And we have been talking every time. You sit in beautiful offices and you all think all will be well. Let us be very truthful in this country. Look at this beautiful building. As beautiful as this building is, if the foundation is wrong, the entire building will collapse because the foundation has a problem. In this gathering, the Senate President mentioned the key factor, the collapse of local government. It has collapsed. Let's be very truthful to ourselves. It has completely collapsed because that's the only arm of government that is, number one, the foundation of this country. You don't have any other foundation. We are only building on a castle that has been completely broken down. That is the foundation that will gather the most active age bracket for you in this country. You say we have 774 local governments and several wards. Where do we have the wards being put together? It's under the local government constituency. They are underfunded. You don't even reference them for anything. You don't even care about their administration. Where did we get it wrong in this country? We all have faults. All of us here. If we keep talking every time, we will not get any result. It's getting worse. They are getting more emboldened. They are now very bold and they are ready to face anybody because they are hungry and they are angry. Let us change our strategy. Let us change our style. You leave this age bracket. If there will be a problem, you will give them guns to start to move around. You will never see anybody above our age in our comfort zone here that is really ready to face the music. It's very important for all of us to know that we are not all safe. We are not safe at all. Let us engage a lot of youth organizations that are very relevant, that understands the local government administration, the governance within every district, every category of the localization of this country. Is very important for us, and continue to engage them in every program we do in this country. You have neglected that category completely. The whole we are right now, you have neglected them because they are not represented here. They are not at all. So what are we going to come out here to talk about? And that is our foundation. It is our foundation. We should be very serious in this country now. We should talk very seriously. This issue of security, this national security, is not the problem of the service chiefs. It's not the problem of the lawmakers. It's not the problem of the executive arm of government. It's the problem of all of us. How many of this active population that are under you that you are taking care of? What's the essence of you being a politician? That you cannot even move around freely. You cannot. Nobody. Do you think Abuja is only Nigeria? Or Lagos is only Nigeria? 36 states of this country. Some people are there, you left them, you abandoned them, and you are making laws and you are administering. What are you administering? I do not know. So let us talk to ourselves very seriously. The people that are not ghosts, these people that are agitating left and right, we need to engage them. We need to actually engage them and separate the corn from chaff. We know the good and the bad amongst them. We can easily separate them by engaging them, draw them closer. And I'll give you a good example from my own community. If a Modakeke war has been the very strongest communal clash in southwestern Nigeria, it's been on for a very long time. But what did I do? A very practical experience. I decided to engage the youths. For me to engage them one-on-one so that I can separate the bad one and the good one. Something happened recently. We almost had another breakdown of law and order. The boundary line of the two communities, some people started shooting sporadically, and the two communities started converging and moving away from the boundary lines, and they were agitating. The war has started again. The war has started again. I had to come out and call the youths around that we need to do it at the dead of the night. Let us go to the boundary and see the people that are doing all these things. Lo and behold, we went to the boundary and we realized that the youths of the two communities are trying to protect their own territory. At the end of the day, it is just an artificial noise that they are just raising. If we engage the people that are active, it will be a lot easier for each and every one of us. On this note, I want to thank the organizers, and I want to tell us that enough of us talking the talk. Let us walk the walk. God bless us and God bless Nigeria.
ọ̀tẹ̀ ló ń jẹ́ ló ń pè ọ́ kò sẹ́ni tí ò lórúkọ tiẹ̀ àti wípé ọmọ kì í gọ̀ títí sẹ́ẹ̀ kó gbàgbé orúkọ ara rẹ̀. ààfin tèmi ò nílò ìdánimọ̀ lọ́jà tó bá dọ́jà báyìí wọ́n á mọ̀ bó dọ́jà ni. èmi tí ń tòótọ́ Samuel Owóyẹmí fẹ́lẹ́fẹ́lẹ́ láyé lórúkọ mi, fẹ́lẹ́ ní gbogbo èèyàn mọ̀ mí sí. èmi náà kọ́ Ọlọ́run ọba òkè ló fún mi ṣe ní gbogbo ìgbà.